feel like I am trying to run through mud to connect with my followers. My views are complete shit. No one is seeing. I asked Jordan to go pick me up some caviar and he comes home with a little jar that was $250. I fear I blacked out. Let's do a shoe haul.
That's right, girlie.
Okay, so today we are going to be talking about Jaclyn Hill. And we're also going to talk about how people, they don't care if you flex your wealth on them. Because we want to see more reliability. Like, we don't care you are having hard time choosing between 2 designer bags out of 200 that you're already on.
People just don't care.
We do not care.
We're also gonna see how she went from making super relatable everyday makeup content to luxury flexing and stuff, which people just don't relate anymore.
Let's go.
So if you don't know her, let me give you a quick heads up on her. Jaclyn Hill started her career around 2012, 2010. I think it was 2011. I don't know, but something like that. She was a makeup artist, right? She went from being a makeup artist, just posting random relatable videos, to working with brands and even open her own jewelry and makeup line, which is great, which is great. We love that. But the thing is, back then, people followed her for her raw content. I personally never heard of her. I was literally a child when she rose. But honestly, if I was a little older, I think I would follow her too. She seems fun. Now, my point is the people who followed her, they weren't rich. They were influencers. They were no celebrities. They were simple, normal people like your everyday people who just love learning about the products they already owned. She'd show you a product, tell you the pros and the cons, how to use it, how to not, etc. But now it's different. Now it's like, look at this product on my face.
I am obsessed. It changed my life.
And you should definitely have this. Girl. Okay, so now that you kind of know who she is and why people used to like her, we'll get into that more later. But first, let's talk about what's going on now. Because this video she posted a month ago, that's where people really started side-eyeing her. So let's watch.
I want to talk about something that I feel like maybe is a little controversial, maybe not, but I feel like no one really talks about it on social media. At least I don't see this conversation being had. But I think about this every day, and this is coming from an old school beauty content creator. I started on YouTube 14 years ago. That is insane. I have been here for every single era, consistently uploading, downloading every new platform, watch the birth of TikTok. I remember when Instagram became a thing. I was already on YouTube when Instagram became a thing, and I downloaded Instagram, and it was this new app, and we were posting the square photos. I've been here for all of it.
So in this video, basically she said that the algorithm is punishing her for not posting for 2 or 1 week, and she's not getting the views she used to, even though she has 1 million followers. But in my opinion, she has great views. Look, you have over 1 million followers, right? But she has 4,000K views, 1 million, 500,000, and that's a lot. So I don't know what she is even saying, but
I am fighting. I feel like I am trying to run through mud to connect with my followers at this point. I feel like there are so many bots, and I feel like these apps are now controlling who views my videos, and I feel like I get punished and penalized for not showing up and creating all the time. In the sense of, I took off, I didn't post a TikTok, I think, for a week and a half, 2 weeks, maybe, sorry, shit, life happens. I've been doing this for 14 years. Maybe I'm a little burnt out, God forbid. But then I come back to TikTok, and it's I'm put in this TikTok jail where.
And girlie, if you're burnt out, she's saying I'm burnt out. Girlie, at least you're burnt out in a mansion. You know what I mean? At least you're in a mansion and not your typical viewers, your normal everyday viewers. It's giving I know it's hard.
But I'm so tired of posting videos like losers.
Girl, you don't have to. You literally don't have to. And it's fine. It's fine. You're healthy. The views you are getting, in my opinion, they are fine. So in my opinion, it's not algorithm. TikTok may punish you for not posting, but let's be for real. People post here for 2 to 3 times a day.
My point is,
algorithm is not the reason your content is not pushing. The simple words are people
just don't watch.
It's just simple. They don't want to watch. They don't resonate with your content anymore. So yeah, people did not stop. They called her out. Someone said, you're not relatable to us. We are out here struggling. Girl, you're missing out the point in the comment. Another person said, your followers are telling you why. Babe, that sweatshirt is $140. That's my entire weekly grocery budget that we can afford for our entire family. As a follower, I see all of your stuff. I just don't connect with everything you're putting up there. So sometimes I don't engage. Sometimes I feel like your content is meant for higher class people than me. Or sometimes I feel like your content is above my range in general. I don't interact with those videos. Not saying you're doing anything wrong. I just don't live that life. You know what? This comment actually sums up everything. It's simple as that. And there's nothing wrong in that. To which she replied, yeah, I totally respect and understand that. But I'm talking about the actual views. I'm talking about the apps not showing my content to people who follow me. Girl, it's not about the app. It's just app gonna push. The algorithm gonna push. It's gonna transfer your content to people who already subscribed. And if they don't engage, they won't show them the next time. They just don't wanna, you know? And that's the thing. It didn't happen overnight. The audience grew up, expectations changed, and her content didn't really adapt. Someone on the Reddit said, yes, Jaclyn is out of touch. Yes, she is unrelatable. Yes, she is entitled. But the real problem is that she's inauthentic. Jaclyn cosplays as your rich but relatable friend. She doesn't try to conceal her wealth, but she acts in touch with the common person by recommending cheap dupes and making a ton of them. So when the topic of relatability comes up, Jaclyn feels like she checks the box. And she also happens to mention food stamps every time someone accuses her of being unrelatable. I get it, I was on food stamps. But here's the deal. As far as how many years Jaclyn has been an adult responsible for her own finances, she spent far more of those years as a rich adult than a poor one. And it's not even close. Jaclyn is doing the very same thing. She acts like an average girlie who gets the struggle while she sits in the mansion of you and handbags. Perhaps she understood the struggle in 2015, but it's a decade later and she's been a millionaire for more of that time. She knows she needs to trade in the affordability economy because that's what her viewers need. But rather than saying, I'm rich, so I bought every blush from the line so I can tell you which is the best one, she says, I used to be poor, so I'm showing you a blush you can afford. She doesn't know how to be authentically rich, and she is inauthentically poor. And maybe she's right. She can't win, and maybe that's just fine, and her era has passed. That's my point.
Yes.
It's fine. There's nothing wrong in that. So after making that video and reading people's comments, she made a follow-up video, which was this.
Hi, so I posted a TikTok yesterday, and in this TikTok, I was talking about just being a content creator for the last 14 years and how I've watched these apps just change and how I really feel like TikTok specifically like punishes you for not posting. And then like if you don't post a video for a week or two, they put you like in TikTok jail is like what I consider it, and they don't show your content to your audience. And the comment section has taken such a turn, and I'm listening. Like I've been laying here in bed for the last 30 minutes reading these comments because when I first posted the video yesterday, the comment section kind of went a different direction. And at first I was like, wait, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not talking about like my content. I'm talking about the app. But now there's like, I think 2,000 comments. And I'm like, okay, my ears are open. I'm listening. I'm reading your comments. You guys are saying that like, you're sick of the influencer era. You're sick of the shit. You're sick of the luxury. And so my question to you guys is like, what is it that you want to see? Like, I started this 14 years ago when I was literally
On food stamps.
broke as hell. I had no clue that you could make a dime doing social media. I genuinely started it for the love of it. I just loved beauty. I loved talking beauty. I loved recommendations. I loved teaching beauty. I just loved the community with other women. Like, I worked at MAC Cosmetics at the time, and I freaking loved my job. I loved it. I still have dreams that I work at MAC. Like, I loved it. I love just like talking about beauty products with other people. I love it. Anyways, with that being said, like, the only reason I'm still here is because of you guys, because of the community. If you're not enjoying what you're seeing, I 100% want to know. I want to shift gears.
To which people were like,
Girl, you've been doing this for 14 years. At this point, you're a pro.
why are you asking me?
My point is, people are telling her what they want, and she's still not listening. Like, I don't want to be mean, but it's giving like, I wonder why vampires are so rich. Girl, if you're alive for 1,000 years and still broke, maybe stepped in the sun. Now you might be wondering how she went from being everyone's favorite to this. Well, there's a thing called trust, and I think she lost that. If you look at where things started to fall apart, at least in my opinion, and what a lot of people online say, it started when her brand launches began falling. Now, Jaclyn was huge, like huge. She was one of the first beauty YouTubers to do big brand collabs, like Morphe, MAC, and this was a big moment. And this is where brand kind of realized, like, oh, like we can just collab with these YouTubers because they post videos and people love how authentic and fresh they are. Like, these people have influence. And guess what? And it worked. Her collab would sell out in seconds. People loved her because she felt real, authentic, like your cool older sister who actually knew makeup. So in 2019, she launches a lipstick collection, and let's just say it was a mess. People found hairs in the lipstick. Hair, like literal hair. Like, we don't know what hair they are. Some people even say that they were like cat's hair. I don't know, but yeah. People also claimed the formula was melted, and there were over 1,000 of complaints, and the lipstick were sold, I think 200,000, something like that. That much lipsticks were sold. She later said it was because of cotton gloves, allegedly, but people were like, girl, this does not add up, because they found her photo, her being in the lab, I believe, and she was not wearing the cotton gloves. They were blue. Like, are we exfoliating with hair now? Be serious. And here's the thing, this wasn't just one-time mistake. After that, there were more collabs. Eyeshadows, people said they were patchy, they were dry, inconsistent. Same thing happens, she did these collabs, she made her own brand at some point. Things happened and she would apologize, and guess what? The same thing happened again and again. She would repeat herself. She did not redeem herself. And that's how she sort of lost the trust. Now no one trusts her. Even though she's rich, she's big, she got what she wanted, even though she made everything by herself. But now people are like, Then come another controversy, which people seem not to forget, in my opinion. I think after like lipstick thing that happened, this is one of the biggest controversy, or at least in my opinion, because it's really sad. So what happened was that after COVID, she launches a brand. It's called Koze. It's spelled like that. And the problem was that a small Canadian brand already had the same name. But it was like this, Koze, like Koze, Koze. A woman who had been running it for 5 years. According to her, she would like, oh my God, what is this? Because she knows Jaclyn has influence, and she's like, I am just the indie brand. So she reached out to Jaclyn. According to her, she reached out. According to the other brand owner, Jaclyn never replied. She never replied. Allegedly, eventually had to shut down, only for Jaclyn to close her brand a year later. Come on. Why did you do that then? For the plot? What is happening? This is sad. This is actually really sad.
Don't send hate. That's all. That's like the biggest thing I really want to hit home from this is please don't send any hate to anybody, anywhere, because what's done is done, and it's time to look forward to new and better things.
She also shut down her jewelry brand, saying she wanted to be known strictly for makeup, no lifestyle brands. And at this point, people were just like,
Okay, what is the plan anymore? Like,
we all saw what happened with those lipsticks. And like I said, although I make jokes about it, it still haunts me all the time. And it's what led to opening up and starting these other brands. I honestly became zombie-like. I did the absolute bare minimum. The way I handled the lipsticks is the biggest regret of my entire life.
so people who lined up for her collabs now actually turned on her. And you know what? Honestly, I think it's okay. She's rich. She's rich, successful, living a wonderful life. She doesn't need to post all the time. But this isn't just Jaclyn. We see this with beauty influencers like everywhere. Femme from 20 years, 10 years ago doesn't work the same way now. People want to feel seen, not just watch someone be part of the crowd. It's just like, okay, I don't relate to this, and that's not who I am. You know, I'm not saying there are not people who are like this. This content is for them. But your larger audience was this. It's not this. If I want entertainment, if I want like all the time these fancy, flashy stuff, I would watch celebrities. You know what? I would watch celebrities. I would watch dramas, movies, because that's how melodramatic things happen. That's where, you know, we see a lot of things that we don't have. And we don't.
Maybe we will never have.
So that's the thing. But for influencer, for people online, in my opinion, or at least that's what I want specifically, I want someone to be like, oh, they are like my friend. They are like so cute. She's like my older sister. She's teaching me this and that. Like she's making me learn things that I wouldn't actually know from like other way. She's teaching me, and like that's so cool, and how she came so far. People who followed you like very beginning, in the beginning, they followed you because of the makeup content and the tutorials and because of the simplicity, not influencer flexing, which nothing is wrong on that. But like, not everyone wants that. One person says, we all grew up, sis. We work full-time jobs and have children and barely have time or money for ourselves. We simply don't relate to the influencers anymore. At the end of my night, when winding down, I don't want to open YouTube or TikTok to look at everything I bought today or look how much free PR God sent me. We are tired and over it. And maybe she's learning and adapting. I've seen her do videos that people actually ask her for. If she's listening, good for her. I literally hope she has a wonderful life and learn from her viewers. And that's it, you guys. That's it. That's all I have to say. A lot of things that happened, they were alleged. I don't know, but I really feel sad for the lady who had to shut down her brand. She was working for like 5 years. That's it. And I wish she, you know, make the content that people are asking, and then she would like kind of regain her trust in people. And you know what? She's pretty, she's successful, she's young. Yeah, that's that, I guess. No hate, you guys. It was just like how everything progresses and how people lost, you know, trust in you and influencer. So yeah, that's that. That's Jaclyn Hill story. What do you think? What do you all think? Again, let me know what you all think in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.